We'll call the meeting to order for the America 250 committee celebration event things. So, to your point, Carrie, yes, we've got to start deciding some dates, but we want to welcome Sheena and Randy. I had posted something on Facebook and Dynamic Douglas about our first meeting, and they reached out to me personally about how we could potentially work together and see if they have the time to join the committee, or at least just be supporters, champions, if you will, for everything. So we really appreciate you coming. Obviously, we're a small group. Yeah, we're really excited. I forwarded you guys some information about just kind of what we had talked about. The three things, I think the major things we want to talk about are landing on a date, ideally picking a design and price point and all that fun size and fun stuff for the banners, and then kind of next steps for what that would look like. So the last time we had talked about a few options for dates for the parade, and then a follow-up kind of like family event. We had talked about doing it right on the 4th of July, because that's a Saturday. I know Sutton Manchog is doing one on the 4th. They're already in full swing planning. In my opinion, and from what I've heard from people, people would come to a Douglas 4th of July celebration on the 4th.
Okay.
I think they're the competition amongst other towns is not, it exists, but I think the events are at different times. So
and it's a
people
hometown spirit. This is our town. You're going to go to your parade.
I think a lot of people here are craving something close to home.
I agree. So if we were to land on Saturday the 4th, we had talked about kicking everything off with a parade, followed with a cookout style entertainment event, family friendly, afterwards. We've also tossed around the idea of fireworks, which are very expensive to fundraise for, and there's a lot more logistics that go into planning like that. And then, there are local fireworks. So, how do you guys feel about fireworks at this point?
I think if we were going to do fireworks, we probably should have started planning last year.
Yes.
So I think fireworks, even though we all want fireworks in this town, because we all remember fireworks in this town, I think right now, I don't know that we would have the time to plan it. And we have to find a pyrotechnic company that's not already booked, which is probably going to be difficult this late in the year, and then figure out how much time we're going to have to fundraise, and then figure out, well, where the heck would we do it safely. I think the parade is the best idea, because we could really involve everybody in town. People can participate, and then leading to the Soldiers Field activities. And my thought was, and I know you had touched upon this last, was when people say it's not just your birthday, it's my birth month. Why not? Okay, we'll have a day for the parade in this event, but why not celebrate the whole month by doing other activities that we could work with? And I got this from Sarah too, with other committees, and make a month-long celebration of it. It doesn't have to, you know what I mean? So
we're not cramming it all into one day.
Right. So we could have. She had mentioned like the lantern thing. So if we had like an itinerary or like a program, I guess what you could say that we could maybe do a Facebook page and have it out there. Say, hey, look,
certain days, certain events.
On this day we're going to do the parade leading to Soldiers Field, and then on this night, join us for the cemetery committee is going to be doing a lantern led and tour, and then on this night we're going to do the lighting of the common in all sorts of. Then we'll get in touch with the common committee, all decorative patriotic colors, and then we'll do. Of course, we'll be announcing the hometown banner, which is going to be a kind of a forever thing. And then your other idea, that Main Street historical walk, that could be something that could stay up for the entire month of July. That doesn't necessarily have to be, and that kind of is more toward the town historical. But again, I think we should incorporate the town stuff. Your student art display. So these are all little events that can take place throughout the month of July. I think that, and then that way we're kind of celebrating the whole month with a bunch of different activities, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the big thing would be the parade and the Soldiers Field, whatever we decide to do there with food and whatever. You know, that's just my opinion on just let's make it a month-long thing.
Sorry, I kicked you. I was like, I kicked someone. I know.
That's fine. Yeah, I
Good, all right.
And I just asked because I know I'm coming into this a little bit later, and I might have missed like things that we've talked about in prior meetings. But what does the end of the parade look like to you, and how much planning do you think you guys are going to need to pull whatever that looks like off before we start branching out into the rest of the month? Because if we're going to do a parade on the 4th, and I do want to say, like, I love fireworks. It's an amazing idea. But I've heard so much back and forth on different town sites about fireworks that that's probably not even a feasible thing to talk about.
I don't think we have.
So if we're focusing on, like, the month of July and the 4th, some things like student art and stuff we can incorporate into that, but that's coordinating with principals, PTO, stuff like that. Can we, and what does it look like, man hours and planning time to do just the 4th of July parade, who's going to be in it, and what vendors we table at the end of it, or whatever that does look like.
What we kind of thought was, so I think one of the things, and I don't know if you had worked on it, was a Facebook. We wanted to make a Facebook page for this committee. Because I think what we were talking about was, let's do some polls, let's get some ideas. We kind of talked about some ideas of what we'd like to see in a parade. Have you ever been to the Uxbridge Christmas parade? How people participate, we'll make a float. So we're thinking of having, whoever wants to do a float, we'd have to limit it, obviously, but we'd have to have, maybe we could have some floats. We could get in touch with the town, the band, the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts. Put it out there. We were thinking some funny ideas because these guys are from town, so they remember some of this stuff, and they participated in parades in the past. Kids entered and rode their bikes, and they decorated their bikes with patriotic things and streamers. People, if they wanted, some people's dogs, like to dress up and they want to have like a little dog parade. We're just thinking things that really wouldn't cost us any money. It would be, hey, these are some of our ideas, residents. What do you guys think? Would you guys participate? Would you be interested? Would you come to a meeting? Would you, and then you had your typical, we were thinking, I've been trying. I wanted to do hire a fife and drum. I called one company, they're already booked. This is what we're gonna, I think, run into. And the other company hasn't got back to me yet. I have a couple of other options I could find out, but so those are kind of the things we were thinking, is kind of really incorporating the people into it. So are you saying that should be like our main focus, like now?
I think just like, as far as like getting, and I don't want to say I think we should do anything because I'm brand new, but I think just for being able to incorporate what we're doing on the day, I think we should make sure the day is special before we branch out to the rest of the month. Like getting the parade set. Like if we want like to call the Longchamps family and be like, hey, would soccer kids march? Or you know, the baseball family is in town and be like, hey, could your baseball team march? Like I think that would be definitely something we'd want to start working on as soon as Christmas is over and New Year's is over.
One of the things you were talking about, your Facebook page, because Alyssa was talking about we can do all sorts of polls, right? On and we were thinking maybe sooner than later, pretty quickly, getting a Facebook page out there to get this out there, and then start polling people and start throwing out some of our ideas and seeing, I think actually you already had people that contacted you that say, hey, I'll do a float. I have a landscaping company.
Really?
So that's how quick it travels. And I think she just did something quickly on We Are Dynamic Douglas, and people were posting all excited about it. So if we have a page and we put it out there and say, look, this is what we're planning. And
Who
then
has the
second,
bandwidth to run a Facebook page?
I do.
Okay.
She's
All right,
very,
yeah.
look at, she's brainy. She's all.
Yeah, I know.
We have pen and paper.
All right, set it up right now. You got the computer.
Yeah.
Come on, let's just do it.
Yeah. And so in terms of the other aspect of the lift to actually execute the event, now that we have a date, we want to just kind of lay out what our ideal state would look like. So we had tossed around the idea of having the parade at like 11:30 in the morning and around 12:30, let's say. That's probably longer than it would end up being, but Ross had a great idea about starting it in like the West Street, Main Street intersection area, heading down Main Street in that direction towards the post office, taking a left down Cook Street, taking a left towards Soldiers Field,
Right into
giving a nice square route for plenty of people to be able to line up. It's a decent length, so it's not too short, but it's also not too long. And then when the parade ends, I don't know if you've ever been to the Northbridge Memorial Day Parade. They end at their town center, and they just hang out. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
everyone just kind of gets together. They have, a food truck, music, and it's very casual. But, like, the kids just run around, the families hang out, and it's just kind of laid back enjoyment for, like, an hour or two. I don't think we want to go too crazy with
Right.
what that event looks like, especially for, like, who we have for volunteers.
I think we figured food trucks and maybe
Yeah.
like say some sort of music or something.
Yeah.
Are we opposed to using the grill at Soldiers Field
We
to
could,
make our own
yeah.
food?
Yep.
Okay.
I would talk to the Douglas Youth Baseball and Softball Association about that. I'm sure it'd be a great fundraiser for them,
Yeah.
And other groups in town that may want to do the same type of thing.
I know Mary St. Pierre had mentioned to me that the Boy Scouts would want to do they would be interested in doing their fried dough, like kind of like they do at the
And they
Oktoberfest.
also do, both of the troops, I believe, in town. I know Mary's does, but I think they both do color guards too. So
Yeah.
they'd be marching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, like
And bringing both the troops together to march in one parade, I don't
Yeah.
know how cohesive that is for the older folk in the, but I think it would be cool
Well,
to have both our
exactly.
scouts
It shouldn't-
together.
and
Yeah.
That's where it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Because that's not what it's
Ah,
about. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
I agree
know
with
what
you.
I know what you're saying. So just a couple things. I'm gonna do my due diligence. Don't give up on fireworks.
Okay.
I'm gonna try a few things.
Okay.
I had mentioned to you about Christmas trees and wreaths.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
I was too late to the plate.
Yeah.
And our initial donations aren't accessible yet
Okay.
because our town accountant is out.
Yeah. Okay.
So money's there, but
All
it's not
good.
safe.
Nope, that's fine.
So,
yeah.
But I've got a few ideas, on, and I'm not gonna say I'm not just gonna focus on that, but I want to at least extinguish every little idea
Sure.
I have. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I would
Yeah.
still.
Sure.
And if it does, it does. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't. But
Well,
That's just one
definitely
thing I would-
appreciate looking. Yeah, like see, exhausting all options.
yes,
is,
that's what I'm
awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, in terms of start time for the parade, do you feel that 11:30 a.m. is a good time? Do you think it's
I
too
think
late?
so.
Do you think it's
No,
too
I
early?
think it's probably.
You think it's a compromise? Like, hey,
I would
then
think-
now
yeah,
have
I would
lunch
say
and
between 11 and 11:30.
Yeah,
but
should
I
it be
think,
11, do you think?
Keep like an even number of time.
Like
maybe.
11,
Yeah.
maybe 11.
11.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna do food at the end of it, we'd want it to end around 12,
Yes.
right? So maybe
Yeah.
like 10:30, 11 is probably
Yeah.
Okay.
good.
I feel
Yeah.
like 11 feels better than. Okay.
So then, do you guys know? I'm sure you do, but how to coordinate like blocking off the street for like
The highway
police
department.
details, highway department.
Yeah, we'd have to
All
talk
that.
with both highway and.
I'm sure it's not going to be a problem. But you just
Yep.
coordinate with them. Also.
And even, I don't know what fire would have to do, but we'll talk with all of them. It's I want to say there's even a permit involved.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, we have that as one of our things that we went over permits, you know, we'd have to find out about permits and, you know.
And now that we have kind of a framework, this will be an easier conversation to have. And they may also have feedback on like, well, you can't do that route. This is the way we have to do,
Right.
you know, a route.
So,
yeah.
I remember the Memorial Day Parade that always used to be every year. Isn't that pretty much the route that they took?
No, they went further.
Oh, we
So
do.
they
No,
go
we went down by
Mechanic,
Uni-
they go down Mechanic Street
Okay, all
to
right.
the
yeah.
monument at.
Yeah, and then they,
at,
then they
Carter
looped,
Then go down
and
Gilboa.
then they came up here. Okay,
Then they'd come up
all right.
North Street. It was actually quite long.
Yeah.
But that was to hit all the monuments.
It was to hit all
okay.
the monuments
You're right.
and,
Okay.
and do
That's a
respect.
great idea.
Yeah. It's long. For, I remember something like that being like over an hour,
Oh,
like hour and a
Yeah.
half to 2 hour long
Yeah,
parade,
it
which
was
is
a
kind
long-
of long.
yeah. When you were done, you wanted to go home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
You didn't want to hang out.
Everyone's like, I don't
We
want to
also
be
have to think
here.
too, if we have people doing floats, physically, are they gonna be able to manipulate around some of these,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that area by Unibank that everyone always, it's a curve, it's horrendous. So somebody pulling like a landscaping trailer, you know, or something with a float on it, are they gonna be able to do that S-turn?
Is that why we're not going down that street? You said we weren't going down there, right?
Well, because it would
That's
come
on
up,
Cook Street,
it would
isn't
come up in front of,
I think.
I think go right
That's
down
Mechanic
Main
Street.
Street, and
Yeah.
I think that would just give people a chance to either be on the sidewalk, to watch, you know, both sides of the street, you know, and kind of give our Main Street a little bit of, you know,
But then also you want to end it at Soldier's Field.
Right, so people will
So-
stay.
so
Yeah.
to speak.
Going down Mechanic,
yeah. So if we go down Cook
Then-
Street
then
and then
what?
B Street, I think it'll be long enough but short enough,
Okay.
and then it's time to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that parade's not fun, but.
And I guess we'd probably have to really find out, once we start getting feedback and it's feasible, like, okay, we have these people that all want to participate, like, how big is this parade gonna be?
Yeah.
And that would also maybe kind of tell where
Right.
we're going to and what we can and cannot
Yeah.
do.
And we might have to limit it. I mean, we might have to limit it to,
X amount of participants.
right, so many floats and,
We
Well,
had-
if we start with our in-town people, right, and we keep it as local as possible,
Yeah.
I don't see that being an issue.
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's
Right.
kind of what we were
But-
thinking, is kind of making it, even though it's a celebration for the country, really making it, you know, like a
Yeah.
Douglas.
a
Day.
community involved.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
how big do you guys foresee this being that is before it's too big?
I don't know if I have a good answer for that.
Right.
so also, sorry to interrupt, but staging all the floats somewhere before, if,
Right,
if
which would
that's,
probably, in my eyes, would be like West Street. Come out of West Street with the floats.
so we like, if, like
If we
stage them
could.
at like GBI,
Potentially.
Per se, or,
but
yeah,
maybe,
but
I mean,
if, as an idea,
or just
yeah,
park on the side of the road, or
maybe on the side of the
whatever.
road, depending on,
That we would temporarily
many?
close that part of West Street.
yeah.
Yeah, all the way up to Rydell and,
And that would be something we could
Sure.
talk to the police and highway about, what they're,
Yeah, and
you
they
know,
might even have a better suggestion
Right,
than
right.
those,
Mm.
you know?
My brain was all the way back at the fire department.
I mean, they did that at the big parade that we had.
It's not at the Common.
That was
right?
at the Common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was a big one, but that was,
The Douglas 250.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that went all the way
It was
down
cool.
the hill. The only problem with that is then you're really shutting off, like you have to shut, I mean.
Well, if they stop at Unibank and they go down, the only problem there is you're missing all of Main Street.
Yeah,
So if people can't make it to Soldiers Field, they're not going to see it.
but with that route, there's no sidewalks for people to stand on.
Yeah.
And also like tractor trailer units coming from 395 in Webster,
yeah.
like Oktoberfest,
We'd have to,
that's always a fiasco.
yeah.
Like, you gotta put signs up a month in advance at least.
so I think if we're on
You wanna keep
Main
it
Street
short.
for a minimal amount of time, and then once we go down Cook Street, it's probably gonna be, you know, once the last
Easy.
footprint goes on Cook.
I remember,
Golden Main
I remember,
Street.
I remember the Memorial Day Parade, of course, it's private property, but they used to let us use their, like Cave's old house. that giant
Yeah.
front lawn. That's where everybody used to meet, but obviously we wouldn't be asking him to, to use his lawn, but I just remember that's where everyone used to meet.
So we'll do some follow-up on what a route would look like with town entities. But I think 11 a.m. on July 4th, the Saturday, July 4th is what we'll land on for that parade start time. And then followed by an event. We could say it ends at 2, 1, not looking for it to be like an all-day event.
Yeah, like 12 to 2 or something.
Yeah. Yep. So let's move on to, we had talked about doing a Memorial Day parade this year too. That is, I better grab my calendar again. Memorial Day is May 25th, Monday, May 25th. So the Saturday would be the 23rd, the 24th would be the Sunday. Hadn't it been on a Sunday in the past? Do you remember?
I thought it was.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. I don't remember. Not, it does, we don't have to do
Right.
it the exact same, but maybe just for some cohesion, we say it's going to be that Saturday at 11. But there would be no follow-up event. It would just be, you know, if the
Just
color
the
guard is
parade.
going around to the other, you know, monuments like
Yeah.
they normally do, they can announce that. But that we would do a parade on Saturday, May 23rd at 11 a.m.
What does that parade look like? Is it essentially going to be a lot of the people for the 4th who are pulling to march in Memorial too?
It's a little smaller scale typically, but we could invite the same people.
So Memorial Day is usually school band because school is still in session. A few fire trucks. We have our old 35 Ford that's still in service, which is kind of cool. Probably one of the big ladder trucks or something. Again, Little League.
Do you think it would be
Soccer.
redundant, though, to have a parade in May and then another one in July, or no? You know, should we think about doing like a...
two
like-
different.
Or do
I see two different
Parades.
flavors here.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
Memorial Day is
Right,
a completely different.
right, it's remembering those who, you know,
It's kind of the same but different. The July 4th, the 250th is our country.
right, right.
Yeah, it's a
So,
celebratory day.
Yeah. and
And then
Memorial Day,
more of a
it's still,
remembrance.
it is kind of in the same realm, but it's more, I see it more localized,
Yeah, yeah.
remembering all,
Right,
but
right,
remembering.
right. And the big thing with that one is, like, so they do go to each memorial, and there was they do the,
Yeah, salutes.
they do the,
and-
yeah, whatever, I don't know what they call that, but.
Now, are there going to be any names read or anything at the Memorial Day parade of Douglas soldiers?
I don't think they read names, but at the monuments, I think there are names.
There are.
Yeah.
Back in the past, there were actually veterans that were still, that was also march it, didn't they?
Mhm.
Some-
Yeah.
and,
Oh yeah, I guarantee
think
there's
what's-
veterans here
Yeah.
who would.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I get for feedback on that is, oh, they're all getting old and they can't. Well, that's not. It's true, but that's not the reason. That's not a reason to lose our parade.
Right,
Mm.
right.
That's more of a reason to have it. as far
So
as
we
I'm
got a
concerned.
couple of convertibles, and we sit them in the convertibles, and that way they don't have to walk it, you know?
Positive people would donate their time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's tentatively also say 11 a.m. May 23rd. That's Saturday for a Memorial Day parade. Smaller scale, probably like grease the wheels for the 4th of July one. But I think the sentiment would be that the Memorial Day, at the very least, would be a yearly thing going forward.
Definitely,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
And
We need
maybe
to
on a
bring that
smaller
back.
scale, the Independence Day parade too. You know, like
Right,
maybe not this grand America 250, like all kit and caboodle, but
And if not a parade on the 4th of July, at least maybe a get together at Soldier Field again,
yeah,
type of
Yep.
thing,
Yeah.
or however it
Some-
falls.
some- yeah, right.
We'll know, I guess, with
Yeah.
with turnout,
yeah.
you know. But
So
if
it's
we
like,
need to have it again, you know.
right. So it's like, I mean, I know the planning aspect's like huge on, obviously event like either one of these, but what if we have to like just cancel? But it's like now we got people booked.
Mm.
But if it's like a parade on the 4th and we don't get as many like participants as we think,
Mhm.
I don't know what that number is, but if you gotta cancel, say the parade part,
Yeah,
is it just like that, you can just cancel, or like,
Well, obviously, you
I'm just
got-
throwing it out there.
No, no,
I hope it doesn't,
no,
but
exactly. It's a good idea. We could have weather. We could have who knows what could happen. You know.
that too,
well,
yeah.
could we have a rain date, like the following weekend, if the weather is terrible? I don't know how that works with permits and stuff.
Yeah, well, the tough thing with a rain date is if you got a permit to close the road.
Yeah.
That's another.
And then also the scheduling of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's easy to have the rain date, say for Soldiers Field type of thing. Okay, yeah, we're gonna
Right.
do it next weekend.
Right, but the parade
But
itself.
the parade, because it's
Mm-hmm.
involves a momentary road closure, it's gonna be tough.
I mean, I would
So-
just say whoever commits to the parade has to commit to the rain date too. Just make sure.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they always used to do the parade in the rain? They did.
Yeah,
I
That's
think
okay.
there's, yeah, it was,
And that's
well,
why Oktoberfest is rain or shine, because
Yeah,
the
it's-
road's
yeah.
closed
right,
for
yeah,
that day.
they can't get another
That's
day.
true.
Right.
You're right, you're right.
It's,
yeah.
Well, that's the thing, I think we'd have to get, like you say, I think starting with getting a Facebook page up quicker than, you know, and then seeing what we get for
get feedback.
ideas, and if we do have people that want to do it, you know, we have to get some sort of a commitment from them, I guess, in a way, I don't know how you do that from residents,
You
but,
can,
you know,
we can
like-
create lists digitally and physical forms that we would basically track and say,
yeah,
you know, you have to sign up by this date. This is what
Yeah.
you know. You commit. Basically, draw up like a form almost.
yeah.
Like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
committing to this.
Like a contract.
Yeah, kind
In a way.
of. Yeah.
Non-binding
Yep.
contract.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think personally, and this is just my opinion, and I could be wrong, but because we haven't done anything like this in Douglas for so long, and you always hear people saying, oh, well, we should do something, we should do something. I think really, once we really put it out there, I think people are really gonna be
Yes.
excited
Yeah.
about it, and are
Okay,
gonna
so-
wanna participate, you know?
So-
I mean, that's my opinion.
Not to switch gears or anything, but with Randy, if you're not interested in being on the board, which is fine, if you want to, you know, help with the hero banners, I do have someone who would like to be on the board,
Okay.
and I can reach out to them.
Yeah.
But if it's on Randy's,
Sure.
It's all up to you.
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to be on the board, or
I'm absolutely
if he does,
interested.
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
You can, but you can still come and participate too,
Yeah.
obviously. You know.
Yeah.
But it's just so we have an odd number of
Sure. Yeah.
people on the.
Yep. So I created a page, but I haven't like
Launched it
shared
yet.
it with anyone yet. It's called the Douglas Heritage and Honor Committee.
Okay.
Just so that it's not only focused on this year.
Yeah, right, right.
No, that's
And it can kind of cover a few
Mhm.
different areas, I guess, if you will. So I'll start sharing that out, and I'll create a post that we've landed on some dates for some
Okay.
things, like, hey, save the date.
Okay.
And it'll at least just get the conversation going again.
Okay.
And then the next step is I can connect with like Adam Furno and John and stuff just to lay out the ideas and just see what their thoughts are
Right.
on what they
Exactly.
need from us, and then
Yeah.
I can bring that to the next
Yeah.
meeting.
Or
And
what we thinking, is it even possible? or
Yeah,
what's-
right.
what's- Yeah.
Yep. So I'll have that as a takeaway for myself, just so that we can, continue planning with a clear directive, obviously. The last thing I wanted to chat about today was the banners.
Yes, that's, yeah, that's a big one.
So we want to, I hope you were all able to take a look at some of the designs. If not, I do have, I think I have them up on my laptop too. Were you, Sheena and Randy, did you guys get a chance to look at the different options?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I had, oops. Let's see, I just want to write some, what options I liked down. So then you guys can tell me what you guys liked too, and we can cross, you know, reference.
You said,
Oh.
1, 5,
Mm-hmm.
36, and 73 or something.
Yes. Let me see. Yep. Those are just the ones I personally liked. I mean, there's a lot of selection.
Which one did you like?
They're all awesome.
1, 5, 36. 36. And what was the other one? 72?
I think he said
50?
73.
73.
Yeah.
You're right. This one.
Can't find your email.
So I had 71 next to your 73.
Oh, this is 73. I can't read.
Yeah.
I like 71.
I like 71.
I had 25. And I had 4 because you picked 5 and I liked 5. So then I picked 4. But definitely 25 and
Yeah, I
71.
definitely want something with the flag
Yes.
somewhere on it. I bet that just catches your eye.
mm-hmm.
Back up to the one. I just want to
Sure.
look up on real quick.
So 1, 5. This is a little bit of a different color.
Yep.
But now that I'm looking at it, I'm not wildly enjoying that one.
I kind of like number 9.
Oops. Number 9. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and it has like the flags on the bottom.
And it's, the only thing with, well, I'm looking at where it says active, so you know the person's actively in the service, but when they're not, does that have to
Be changed.
changed.
Yeah, true.
So,
I think that we can adjust what type of text is on there,
Okay.
so that it doesn't
so maybe you
necessarily
wouldn't
have to
say,
say.
I like-
just say the branch.
I like
Yeah.
I like the idea of having the last name like big like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Definitely.
you see, the first thing your eyes see is the image and then the last name. So I do like these where they have
I think these ones are town.
just
the
is that
town
the town?
names, yeah.
Oh, is it? Because I'd like it'd be nice to have like the name somewhere. Oh, I can't do it that way.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a touch screen.
So these banners are going up for
Like they would be for no,
Oh,
well,
they're
we
forever?
would like to try to get them up by Memorial Day.
okay.
Yeah.
And they would just be up all the time. Have you ever been through like Dudley or any towns that have them up? They're
Yeah.
up all the time.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
And we were talking before that, like Randy said, you get so many participants, but people can continue, like, you know, you keep adding to them, you know.
Yeah.
People, you know, a year from now, after you have them up, you say, you know, I want to participate in this, you know, and we could.
What- Randy, were there ones that you liked?
So, well, I'll say, Ross said, like, definitely some with the flag in it, but,
Yep.
and then the names, but kind of keep it more simple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't have a lot of stuff on there, but I read the, you can add, like, if they have medals and everything, which is great and fine, but something with not a lot of stuff on
Yeah,
it.
'cause
So
if you get most
as you're
people,
driving by,
right, people are gonna
Yeah.
drive by, they're
You
gonna
can see-
quickly look.
What you're looking for is a name in their branch,
In a
basically.
picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
and
one's
if-
very
and if
similar
fa-
kind
yeah,
of to what you
facial rec-
originally
yeah,
liked. It's
exactly.
got, with a different background. I think red, they always say that red, your eye gets drawn to red.
Right.
It's like one of the things like in advertising, they always say use red because it's one of the first colors you see.
oh, okay.
They're all actually so cool. It's just, it's so difficult to.
Same, some, oh,
36 was one I liked. Yeah, that has kind of small writing though.
Yeah.
That would be probably not.
Yeah, you want to be able to see.
Sheena, what were
see-
some, you said 24
And 25
Oh my god, sorry.
and
I'm making
71.
myself dizzy. 24.
I do like 25.
Yeah.
I like that. Is that, no, I can't, my eyes are so terrible. Is that the actual, is that the?
That looks like, is that the emblem for the
that's-
branch?
That's what I was thinking.
think
Is
it
that what
is.
that
Yeah.
is?
yep.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
It's basic, but
Yeah.
it's got the flag on
It's
the
got the
top and the
flag,
bottom, so it
yeah.
feels like he's
Mm.
in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really like 25.
I do like
Now
that
I'm
because the
saying-
picture's really big too.
Yeah.
It's not this kind of closed off little picture. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 25 is a favorite, I think, amongst all of us. What was another one, Sheena? Sorry, I know you keep repeating
It's
yourself.
okay. 70, I think it was 71.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
71. Those were really my top two.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anything with a flag is awesome looking,
Yeah.
honestly.
So I don't know if I have the same page as you guys. Because I've only got like, in their gallery, I don't have that many.
I kind of like, so far, my favorite would be 25.
I think
That's
20,
kind of my
yeah.
favorite, but,
25 is nice, because like,
yeah.
like you guys were saying, the
What
picture's
is the
big, so
website?
you know who it is.
Right,
It's,
To make
sure
this
I'm
one's
on
a
it.
PDF, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was
That's
probably
why.
like an attachment
All right.
in an email.
Okay.
So this is the one we're kind of all agreeing on.
Oh, then that one does the,
That's kind of close to the number 9.
The
I was
actual
looking at,
metal.
Actually.
if someone
So
chooses
where I
to put
was-
a
Right,
medal, if
right,
they
yeah,
have one,
yeah.
it has it
Oh,
like,
yeah, it
hanging
is
off
similar.
the thing.
Is that what, so we didn't know if that was the metal or that was the logo for the branch that they
So,
were in?
well, that's the
That was-
branch,
that was the one I
but
was
that's like
looking
purple
you
heart.
can
You know,
hang the little
my eyes are super bad.
Unless it's like
I like that.
unless it's like a Legion of Merit or a Purple Heart, I wouldn't
That's
put
got a
any of their
big-
medals.
yeah.
on
Right,
there.
right.
Well,
So
they-
yeah,
everybody
but-
has
but
like
they
a
do have
1,000
options
medals.
that they, yeah, I mean.
It's like Purple Heart, Silver Star,
The
some-
main-
like
the
big,
major
like,
stuff, the major
there's
stuff,
only a
yeah.
couple that you
Right.
really should put on something
Right, right.
Like you're not gonna put, oh, I went to basic training.
No, but like you said,
You know
the
what I mean?
Purple
Like-
Heart or like a Silver Star or something,
Yeah.
those are, you know,
Yeah.
that's pretty big.
And then it says, but what will we do if 25? So I know we can change it, but it says townships of Blackbrook and Jay, hometown heroes. But could we make that bigger, like town of Douglas or something? Can we change the font
I think so.
of this? You can, okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
You could probably.
They're flexible
Yeah,
with what you can actually put on
Because
there.
obviously it's gonna say Douglas because it's we wouldn't
Yeah.
put someone from
Right.
like Uxbridge
No.
Right.
in Douglas. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
So are these soldiers who have passed away that served that lived in Douglas? What are these signs?
I think it's
banners
anybody
for?
who has served.
Yeah.
It's
Even
anybody who
active.
served
It could be-
from
We had a lot of people in town.
Yeah.
Yep.
right, but it would be by, people would approach, I mean, not, you know, I mean, not everyone maybe want to participate, but I mean, it doesn't have to be just people who are like killed in action or have since deceased.
Right.
It's anyone who's served in any of the branches.
Anybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like when you go through towns, you'll see like old pictures from like I don't know the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously like you know,
Yeah.
but it's like remembering like so family members can post.
Yeah,
If, like say their father was like deceased,
yeah, and from
they can
Yeah.
put their information on the
Yeah.
banner
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and like represent them.
Right, yeah.
So
Yep.
So the mounting brackets are $69.95. And there's 3 sizes you can
I'm
choose.
sorry, what was it, Alyssa, 69?
Sure, yep,
And
$69.95.
that's brackets?
Yep. And they supply them. So
Okay.
basically you order a banner and they supply the bracket to go along with it.
Okay.
I have to fill out a form for National Grid to give to Adam Furno for this, but once I need this selection before I fill that out. So there's 3 sizes. The largest size is 30 inches by 60 inches. That's pretty big. The next size down is 24 inches by 48 inches. And then the next size down is 18 inches by 36 inches. If I had to guess, I think the ones in Dudley are the smallest size.
Are they? I always need
I
somebody to like
believe so.
show
I
me
think
like.
so too.
Just
What's
Ross, you're good at
weird
it.
is when it's up on the pole, it's gonna look smaller.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So-
Especially, yes.
So that,
So 24
that
by.
piece of paper right behind Randy is probably 24 by 48.
I like that size.
That is probably, that, if you put
That's
that
probably
one
the
the
small
other
one.
way, that's probably 18 by 36. So if that was up on a pole, I think that would look very small,
It-
especially with
yeah.
somebody's face and the writing. The writing would be like that size on it,
Right.
Yeah.
you know?
Probably want to go with
So I think,
the medium.
The medium size to large size.
I would say at least the medium size, because that would be the size of the banner, and
That's
you
what
want
I
it legible as you're going by at 30 miles an hour too, you know?
But another thing to think about too is
What
what
else
side of
in
the
the
pole are
space?
they going
Right,
on?
correct.
And then how far the pole sticks into the street. That-
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's-
true. No, you're right.
We'd almost have to
I mean,
like
whatever size you go with, you gotta.
Yeah.
do a
It just-
walk.
that's another-
Cardboard and
We'd almost have to like
Put it
do
up
like a
against the
walk
pole.
and like and do like a not a kind of like a mock-up or just something
Yeah.
that like so it's hard to envision
It is
when
hard.
you're
Yeah.
downtown
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah,
But Alyssa, I think Dudley is the smaller.
I think so
I think
too.
you're right too.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we can all just drive through because that's, I think, the closest town that has them. I don't know,
Yeah.
does
Yeah,
Uxbridge have them?
Uxbridge does not have them.
No.
Mendon has them. They don't have photos, but and they're small. I will say they're small. So the
So we might-
pricing too may affect.
Might be limited to what we can
Yeah.
Yeah.
put up.
Yep.
And then
Also.
another thing else, I mean, the price difference isn't that much. So whoever wants to do it, I mean, it's say 105 for a medium flag and then another 70. I mean, if I'm going to represent someone, I don't care the price as long as
Right. Yeah.
Right.
whatever. It's a
Right.
one-time payment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
do we have a budget on that?
Well, that was something that we were going to talk about too because we
Yeah.
were thinking of doing fundraising for all of this stuff,
Okay.
But
I'd like to see what the desire would be for people to pay privately for them, if they'd be willing to. But obviously knowing that could be a stretch, that we could potentially take requests from people like, we're interested in this, but, we don't have the funds to, or all the funds. And then maybe we could match it or
I was
fill the
thinking-
gap
right,
and
right.
things
Provide the
like that.
bracket maybe. if
Yeah,
they buy
right.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
But that we would basically offer, if the financial aspect is a concern, but you want to participate in this program, like please reach
Financially,
the
of some
committee
sort.
and we can meet and talk and
Do what we
figure
can,
out,
yeah.
what we can.
So
But it would be
Yeah.
like an ongoing effort, I think, as a committee to, have a bit of a fund going.
we were talking before
Over
the
time.
meeting, would it be weird if because I know we were talking about doing some fundraising and that would include going kind of, because you said, oh, I'll go door to door, going to local businesses door to door and fundraising. Would it be weird to not only to fundraise for the actual events that we're doing, but for something like this? Or is that,
I
would that
think it's
be?
weird.
You don't have to disclose really what you're fundraising for either. I mean, you can say this is for banners, this is for the parade, this
Yeah,
is for
yeah.
the concessions after, but like this is for the committee.
Yeah, right.
So some of the
right.
things the committee does are X, Y, Z.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
somebody asks.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, if, like I say, if people want to participate, and like I said, they don't have all the money to do it, if we had some funds, like you say, that we could
Yeah.
put towards it.
We do need a minimum order of 5 banners when we first order.
And
I
then
think we'd be
how
all
much was
set.
how much were the mediums? Just
$104.95. So it would basically be around $170. Sorry, $175.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what were the other two prices, the large and the small?
The small is $84.95. The large is $124.95. And the bracket is the same price no matter the size.
So this may also, if we have other, just a thought that just went through my mind, if we have other places to put them other than just on, I don't want to say just on telephone poles, but just as a thought, or just as a, let's just say, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know where else you would put them.
Well, the common has light bulbs, like poles,
Correct.
bulbs.
I was
like
thinking even if
poles.
there's poles or something, or something set up at the post office as people pull in, or they're even attached to the building, because that building is the town's. Is that a possibility?
Or this building.
Or
Yeah.
this building?
Yeah.
Or the parking lot, or, you know what I mean, just spots?
I noticed there's like no lights in this town, so that's tricky.
Or maybe
No,
like,
you're right.
Lots of poles, less lights.
like post office, town hall, there's gonna be like veterans or
Yeah.
anything. So maybe
Yeah.
put those banners in where, like, if someone was like a town representative or something
Mhm.
that was in the service,
Yeah.
put them in the town hall parking lot somewhere, or
Right,
post
right,
office
yeah.
employee,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
or just
Yeah, like with some strategic.
It's just other ideas, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
planning
yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I almost
Again,
said
you want 'em to-
strategery.
You want them to be seen, you know,
Absolutely,
but,
absolutely.
um,
Because that's the whole point of, I
right.
think, these banners, is that you want them to be seen. You want
Mhm.
people to be
Mhm.
represented and known
Mhm.
that, hey, you know,
Like even, as Carrie said, even coming up Depot Street, you know, people come to the town
Right.
hall, so even.
Yeah.
the
But what do you think
poles
about? You
coming
think
up
about,
there.
you know, all the way from the center of
Pleasant
downtown,
Street.
all the way up past GBI, all the way to the Blink and Light. You could even do some Webster Street. I mean, they really, if it really got that big, and people really, I mean,
Yeah.
we could find places for them
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Main routes.
That's a
Like
good
down
goal from
North
one
Street,
blinky light to the
Bilboa
other.
Street. I mean, if you ever had to.
so we
You know.
could do that too, is count the poles.
Yeah.
Just, okay, we have this many.
Mhm.
Say there's, say 200 poles total. I don't know. But now 250 people want banners. It's like, well, we don't have that many poles.
So then we see if we can do inboard and outboard.
So on this, I was looking at this website. They do two-sided on each side. Like they got brackets that are both sides of the pole.
Right. Right.
So I guess if we have to add them, we can do the other side.
Mhm.
But depends on the participation we get.
And maybe people would want theirs in a certain spot,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah,
certain
especially if they're from
location,
town and and want
closer to
close
their
to where they
house,
live.
or
Grew up.
Call me crazy, but if you start letting people pick specific things, like I want to be here
I
or
agree.
there,
Yeah.
that's gonna
Yeah.
get way out of
yeah,
hand
no,
very
it's true.
quickly.
You're right.
So speaking of that, it's kind of funny. So the guy I work with, his grandfather, they have like, so his last name's DiDonato. So his grandfather's thing is right when you go up West Main Street on Schofield Ave in Dudley, right by like Dippin' Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
His grandfather's the first one. And they have a street named after him,
Mm-hmm.
DiDonato Terrace and stuff. So, I mean, that was, I don't know how long ago they put the banners in, but I'm just luck of the draw or
Mm-hmm.
what, but.
That's cool.
Okay, so, well, actually, the biggest hurdle was picking one
Mm-hmm.
for tonight.
Yeah.
Now I can kind of put some things in motion with the highway department, just to ask questions, about like the how much space do we have, and what the logistical things, and then if we do have any restrictions, I can let you guys know,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
but if not, then I think all agree that the medium or large size, we would have to pick one though.
Mm-hmm.
So that we don't have like different sizes all
Right.
over.
Yeah, yeah.
And that I would want to, they provided some, free marketing materials so that I can just design one up.
Mm-hmm.
And we could start advertising to people. We would just, I think I would just need to confirm who do they make checks out to, which is probably just Town of Douglas, right?
Town of Douglas,
And then-
it would go to the, into this account.
Mhm,
But, you know, it would
And
make it up to
then-
Town of Douglas,
okay.
which is fine.
Great. And then I think we should probably set up an email address for, you know, like say me and Sheena are on it, right?
Yeah.
And like we can both manage incoming emails and whatever, or all of us, right? Just so that we're not like all sending out all of our personal emails all the
Yeah,
time to
yeah,
him.
yeah. Yep.
And everything's more streamlined. So, do you guys use Gmail? Yeah. Okay. So I'll look into making
Okay.
a Gmail account
Yeah.
that we can share.
Yeah.
And so we'll get the ball rolling on just some of the logistics now.
Okay.
In the next meeting, we can focus more on what that actually looks like.
Okay. And as far as the Facebook page, if it's something
I can
that
share it with all of you
if
guys. You can have
yeah.
access to it to post.
Yeah, because I think
So-
if we launch
Yeah.
that sooner
Yeah.
than later, we can just throw out some of what some of our ideas are right now, just so
Yeah.
people have an idea of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And
I think there's a lot of local unions and veteran like oh my god, what do you call them? Legions
Yeah.
around here that would
Yeah.
want to be part of it, like
Yeah.
the end of the parade. I think this is going to be really exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's like I said, I think having people participate who live in town, I think is really gonna be fun.
Yep.
And I think it's a way to not only show your love for your country, but show your love for your town.
Yeah.
And if people are participating, you know, there's not going to be a lot of money on our parts. I mean, people are going to, you know, yeah, like I said, we threw away some ideas, like people, if they want to enter their antique tractors or they want to have their dogs or whatever it is. That doesn't really cost any money. Yeah, we have to organize all this and get this all.
What
But-
if we charge a very small fee? If you're gonna have like a float in the parade, it's like $25. If you're gonna walk in it, it's $5.
Yeah, I don't know that we. Well, I think that's. I'd rather hit up if we're gonna try to raise money. I'd rather hit up local businesses or just people want to like donate. Like for
Oh
instance,
yeah, of course.
one of the things that Ross and I are actually Ross technically did it is that pen that he has right there in front of him. We have like a little donation box at our business, and that's one of the things I want to maybe put on the Facebook page. Like, hey, if you want to donate, there's a donation box down at such and such. You can donate whatever amount you want. But with every at least $2 donation, you get we get this little pen, but it has like a little card with it. And it talks about the flag and.
Yeah, just grab
So,
it.
so we don't, so we, I
I
figured,
just saw it, I'm like, I'm gonna buy them.
people, if we advertise, hey, we
Impulse buy.
have some donation spots, people can come at their leisure and donate whatever they wanted, whether it's 50 cents or $10 or whatever it is, and then we can make a plan on
That's
one day hitting up some businesses, we'll make up a flyer or something,
Yeah.
and because I know as a business owner, that happens to us all the time. The
Yeah.
library committee comes, or this committee comes, and they come in and we write a check, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
do we
that's
have a bank account?
We do.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And one thing I know it's off topic, but I started to I looked into, like, we were thinking maybe challenge coins. I don't know if it'd be feasible for us to get some challenge coins made up, and then like if we go business to business or whoever, if they made like an X amount of money, like if they make a $50 or $100 donation or more, they get a challenge coin, just something to say, hey, you gave us $100, here's your little challenge coin for donating that amount of money. I don't know.
And also,
That's a good idea.
something with that too, if you give a donation like a silver, bronze, or gold challenge coin, also, I think something that's commemorative that you could sell.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I had mentioned it to Carrie. I just happened to see, or and I'm trying to think of what the heck it was. It was actually a coffee tumbler, like a you know. I'm like, oh, that would be kind of cool. We have people that do our T-shirts. They do laser etching on the coffee stuff. You know, coffee tumblers. That'd be kind of neat
Yes.
to get some of those
Agreed.
done. But we probably want to get an order first to get a batch done.
Yep.
So we're not sitting on, you know,
Right.
500 coffee cups.
Yeah, and then,
You know,
and that's what we have to
whatever.
talk about, you know, like I
Well, yeah,
said,
once we
financially,
get
you know,
things-
obviously we'd have to purchase this stuff and then,
Right. Yeah, there's usually on the coins, there's usually like a minimum.
yeah,
200, I don't know,
yeah.
I forget the minimum,
And this is
but-
just one, this is just the company I just happened to do some pricing with because it's one of the oldest company that actually, well, you know, being in the military,
Mhm.
the dog tags, they actually make the, like, the chains that, for the dog tags. I
Yep.
guess they've
What
been
company
around
was that?
forever. It's called Logo Tags. And
Oh.
this is just one of the ideas I had, but I actually wanted them to kind of put like 250. I thought it'd be cool to have like 250th, like kind of in a different color, like kind of written over the flag.
Mhm.
Our printer at the shop is non-color, so that's why it's black and
What?
white.
No.
But obviously these would be colors. This would be, you know, red, white, and blue. This was like a navy blue.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
It was just
I
a
think
thought.
that's a great idea.
You know, I don't know. It doesn't have to be this company. Actually, a friend of ours that says that he actually knows somebody that he thinks is local that does these.
Mhm.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna talk to him because we maybe get a much better deal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We just got maybe something like that. Just
I can also reach out, I got drilled this weekend, I can ask about that too, because
yeah, because
people
you guys
get
have yeah.
bulk coins made all the time, I can ask
Right.
what they go through.
Right.
get
Yeah.
Price
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
minimum
Yeah.
order number.
Right.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, great
And,
idea.
and
but
then
I mean,
that.
someone local would be.
Yeah, and that would be
great.
something if
I'd
we,
love to
if
keep
we
it
decide to
local,
do
but-
it,
100%, yeah.
then as a whole, we can decide on what it should look like. I just threw this together, just, you know, they actually made this, I kind of said I wanted, kind of look like an eagle on it, and, you know, but, you know, together we can decide what it really should look like, and if it's something that we want to do, that way we'll have, you know,
I think that's a really good idea
Something.
for businesses when they make big
and it's
donations.
a it's a
Or people,
momentum, you know,
big enough.
it's a momentum. And I also had them write down, you know, Town of Douglas, 1746 to 2000, or it would have been for next year, 2026, to commemorate the 280th birthday of the town. So it would be something that you would have and hold, that, you know what I mean? That like, okay, I gave them $50, I gave them $100, well, I got this coin at least, you know. So I don't know.
Would it be at
fine.
1, 250, and 500?
I
That would get
I
the
think
coins
maybe
in.
something like
Yeah,
that.
well, we'd
could-
have to decide what the like. Hey, if you give this amount, this is what you get.
Yeah.
I don't know what, you know, we'd have to decide that, what would be fair, I don't know. but-
And if we price some of this stuff out and it's feeling a little overwhelming with like costs, I have a friend that can help me with using tools like Canva to create like a really nice certificate or something that we could actually
Right.
frame
Yeah,
Right.
and say like,
yeah,
I'm a supporter of
Right, correct.
the, you know, Douglas Honor
Yeah.
and
yeah.
whatever.
He had thought of the idea only because we still have it, we have it at our house, so when Douglas turned, it was 250.
250, yep.
We actually do have one, we actually have,
Yeah.
The
we
big
actually have the
pewter
plate. We have
Oh,
that-
yeah,
We
yeah.
have that plate.
Yeah.
We have it in our dining room, and it was kind of, it's cool, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know.
Yeah, so let's definitely keep thinking about ideas of stuff like that, and like if you know have ideas from drill this weekend, Randy, and
Yep.
whatever else, yeah. But that's all we had on the agenda. Did anyone have anything else you wanted to discuss?
So do we come up with what banner? we're
So
thinking?
we'll land it on number 25.
Okay.
And then basically what I'll do is I'll kind of draft up what it would look like, envisioning number 25 with the lines of
Yep.
branch, name, town, years
as an
if wanted. But I think
That's
the simpler the better, like to all of your point. And then I'm going to be in contact with that company just to say, like, we're heading in this direction. Help. But they're just like, you just tell us what you want to order, and we need a 2-week turnaround time, and to send you the proof, and then we run it by the family, say, does this look good, and then they'll get it made. So, yeah.
So going back to the first conversation where Carrie had mentioned Fife and Drum, and she's having issues getting someone. I kind of envision, if we can't get someone, but I envision, and I know it's going to be like summer vacation, but I don't know if we'd have any band members from the school interested if we could get them little
Yeah.
uniforms if they would.
Yeah.
If
Like if we ask
As
for
a
their shirt
possibility,
size or something, like
Right.
even a shirt or some like a matching shirt or
yeah, to kind of look
Yeah.
like the period correct. If we can't.
yeah.
There was one
Happen.
other company that I was gonna look into, and it's actually a junior, it's a fife and drum, like a junior group. Look like they're more like teenagers and stuff, but I had reached out to them, but they also, I believe, from their webpage, do events. So I thought maybe I'd reach out to them, because one of the companies I looked at, Middlesex County Volunteers, Fifes and Drums, they've already booked, which I figured that's gonna happen, you know, because it's such a big event. This one, Murray Hill Talent, is the one that I haven't been able to make contact with them. They do fife and drum, but they also have historical characters. Like they have all different, they're like more like a talent, kind of a, like an agency where like if you say, hey, we're having this event, it's, you know, we want, because they actually on their website showed like people dressed like Benjamin Franklin and people dressed in historical things, and they do readings, they do reenactments, but they also have all different type of talent if you're looking for like a band or, you know, something like that. So I might get back on the horn with them, but I also might look into that other fife and drum. And then one of our vendors mentioned to me last week that he had a buddy that at one point was in fife and drum, so I might reach back out to him too. I just thought it would be a kind of a neat thing to incorporate, you know, having them in their revolutionary-looking costumes, and
Yeah,
you
we
know.
might also be able to call like Old Sturbridge Village and see if anybody would
Yeah.
be willing to
Yeah.
take a couple
Yeah.
hours to come over to
Yeah.
Douglas.
Yeah.
But I work at Veterans Inc. and I can ask everybody over there. I know
They
a
know
couple people
anybody
that
that
do
does. No, a lot of times
reenactments.
you know people that do like we have a
Yeah.
buddy that does. He used to do Civil War reenactors, but he has since moved down to South Carolina. But I gotta reach out to him. Maybe he knows some of his old buddies up here that do all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Because I think it would be kind of neat to have some
I'll
of that
reach out. I'm
historical
sure one
stuff.
of us will find somebody.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And then the only other thing I was looking at too, which I kind of thought would be fun. We'd have to find volunteers. One of the things I thought would be cool for the parade is if we could either rent or buy a couple of costumes, like a bald eagle or Uncle Sam. But then we'd have somebody volunteer to wear it in the parade and be kind of
Be a tricky
animated.
one.
You know
I
what I mean?
did contact
That's a
a person who does princess parties, and I was like, would you dress up like Lady Liberty?
Oh, yeah. Seriously.
So
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, tell me
Okay.
when.
Yeah, that
I
would
just
be
have to find
cool.
out what the pricing is and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that would be cool if whether we hired somebody or just
Yeah.
we bought or rented a costume, and if we knew anybody that would,
Yeah.
would want to march in the parade and be kind of animated, like you see, like I always think of, like the old parades we used to watch on TV, and they always have characters, and they kind of get the crowd going, and they go up to and high five the kids and get the kids all excited.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that would
So
be
we're
kinda
gonna volunteer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would do it. I probably would do it. If you find a costume short enough, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Whole ball wiggle around.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
would do
shortage
it.
of costume rental around,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah.
that might work.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
But that was something, if you guys happen to, you guys want to, that's what's the kind of searches I've been doing online,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Great.
I'm just trying to, I want to make it fun for
Yeah.
everyone, and so that,
So what are takeaways for us? Like, what can we help you with before the next meeting?
So, for official business, if you want to be on the committee, I think you have to just fill out an application, right? For
Yeah, so there's an
the-
application, and then we got a voter in.
Okay.
But
So we can
not a,
vote them in
we
next
could probably just,
Can we vote them in now?
we have to do the application for us, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But we were
officially.
gonna meet. We were gonna meet relatively soon.
Yeah, we got
So-
one
I had it.
just in 2 weeks. I thought it was
Yeah.
just before.
18th I had.
Yes.
Just
Yep.
before Christmas.
18th
So
at
the
6.
18th.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to get her an application,
Right out
and then,
before
I
you
don't know if
leave.
you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
interested for sure.
All right, he's for sure, so we'll get them applications.
Okay. Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
Yeah.
we can swear them, you could swear them in technically.
Oh, you got
I guess I would
Really fancy.
appoint them, or you guys appoint them.
No,
or
just
however
gonna
it
Yeah.
be,
is.
we just gotta vote them in, that's all.
You vote them in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for help, I would love if I can give you some access to the Facebook page
Mm-hmm.
that I created. That you start inviting people in town to
Okay.
like it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just update it to explain what it is and like some of our dates and all that stuff, so people aren't like, what is this? But if you want to start posting stuff, like, hey, we're going to, and basically post on behalf of the page. Hey Douglas, we're getting things organized. These are the 3 things we're doing. We're getting proofs for banners for downtown. We're going to do a Memorial Day parade. We're going to do a 4th of July parade. These are tentative times. We're working out the details, but let us know your ideas. And then just
Right, and even,
being responsive. And I can basically give you the access so that you can post and stuff. And then I can help comment on things. Like it would be a team effort, you know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can
like
definitely do the initial
administrators on
post.
it? Is
Yes.
that how it would be? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
so I think along with that, with posting even ideas, people may even respond with, who have contacts.
Yes,
or, you know
like
what I mean?
resources,
Or- exactly.
yeah, connections,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll get a lot of that. And I
Yes.
think that's really
Yeah,
going to set us
it's-
off
yeah,
in
so
a good
we-
I
direction.
think the
Work it out
Facebook
to-
page is going to be our lifeline to
Yeah.
the public, because everyone's on social media, that's what they do now. So if we can get feedback that way, like you say, what you
I'll
wanna
try to get
see,
something
who do you
drawn
know?
up for some things that we could put in like the post office and the goodness store and just around town for that face value. Then some newspaper articles I can write up.
Do we have some ammo cans we can put out for donation before July?
Yep, probably.
Cool.
I think I got some in the basement.
There you go.
They're full.
Empty.
But-
They're empty.
I was empty.
They need to fix the cat.
It's expensive.
So
you keep
the
the
social
status
media help will be tremendous, and then any of some of the ideas that we have floating around for the parades. By any, you know, if you have an idea and you want to chase it down, like, oh, it would be cool to have all the Jeep people. Well, there's typically someone who's kind of in charge of that, and they do their thing, right?
Right.
Well, we need to connect with them. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
have leads that you want to start chasing down for the parade, that'll be the most impactful thing right now, I think, is just getting the awareness and maybe getting some slight commitment from
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
We're doing it on the 4th at 11. Do you think this would work for you? And at least they can maybe not answer us right away, but, you know, look
Yeah.
at their
Like I
calendars.
said, I think
and
just
stuff.
from that one post you made on Dynamic
Yeah.
Douglas, you've already got a lot of response,
Yeah,
positive
exciting.
responses.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like I say, if we get our own page up and going, it's going to be huge for us. It's going to be a huge tool for us, I think. And,
I think it's gonna be a big hit, especially like
Yeah.
250. Like
Yeah.
it's,
And I
it's a
like-
big deal.
The name he chose, because I think when we're done doing the 250th, we can just kind of go
Yeah.
into that, even as a committee name
Yeah,
for
right.
the Memorial Day
from,
Parade.
yeah, from
Yeah.
more,
And
yeah.
even public events, other
Yes.
public events. I think
Right.
that'll work absolutely awesome.
Cool. Okay. So, we'll plan to meet again on the 18th. Is that what we said?
Yep.
18th at 6.
Yep.
And then I will put together an agenda, but ultimately the agenda will be like, let's figure out more of these logistics that we've kind of landed on. So, great.
All right. Cool.
So we'll need a motion to adjourn, so I make a motion to adjourn. We'll need a
second.
second. Awesome. All those in
Great.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.